Recently, the media unveiled some captivating statistics that have brought to light an intriguing trend. An increasing number of people are opting to leave Colorado rather than move to the state. This unforeseen development prompted us to dig deeper into the matter, so we embarked on a quest to identify 10 potential factors that might be encouraging people to pack their bags and bid farewell to the Centennial State. But before we dive in, subscribe and leave your like for more. To better comprehend the driving forces behind this ongoing migration trend, we gathered insights and experiences from various sources, including people who have made the decision to leave Colorado or are contemplating doing so in the near future. These diverse perspectives provide valuable context and contribute to a better understanding of the reasons behind the exodus from Colorado. A former Colorado resident spent his formative years in the state and greatly admired its natural beauty. However, over time, he became increasingly disillusioned with the progressive political agenda that took hold in the region. He reminisced about a time when he contributed taxes to Colorado, but as the political climate veered to extremes, he found himself unable to continue supporting the state. In his own words, he made a quick buck and bailed, leaving behind the state he once called home. Maria shared a similar viewpoint, observing that Colorado has essentially transformed into a liberal stronghold. She opined that the shift in political ideology has significantly driven people away from the state, as those who do not subscribe to the increasingly progressive political climate find it more difficult to feel at home in Colorado. Interestingly, traffic congestion did not emerge as a major reason behind some people's decision to leave Colorado. Instead, Shauna, another former resident, highlighted the degradation of parks and other once pristine open spaces due to a myriad of issues such as overcrowding, littering, and vandalism. She noted that the rapid urbanization of Colorado has reduced the number of parks and a proliferation of concrete jungles. Shauna also drew attention to the growing number of people who, unfortunately, have no choice but to live on the streets, as well as the prevalence of self-centered individuals who prioritize their own needs above the greater good. Additionally, she mentioned the concern of reckless drivers on the roads, including locals and visitors. Shauna believes that these factors, along with others, contribute to the increasing number of people leaving Colorado or planning to do so. On the other hand, a couple who had resided in Colorado for 30 years before moving to Texas last year expressed that they didn't necessarily agree with the motivations for leaving Colorado as outlined in our investigation. They emphasized that different individuals have unique reasons for leaving the state, which can be diverse and personal, depending on individual circumstances and priorities. To further support our findings, we delved into other aspects that might be affecting Colorado residents' decisions to leave. Some mentioned the rising cost of living, including skyrocketing housing prices and the general increase in day-to-day expenses. Others cited the state's handling of issues such as education, healthcare, and environmental policies as reasons they felt compelled to look for better opportunities elsewhere. The exodus from Colorado is a multifaceted issue with a variety of contributing factors. The reasons for leaving the state can range from political ideology and urbanization to personal circumstances and individual priorities. As the trend continues, it will be crucial to understand these motivations and address the underlying concerns in order to foster a more inclusive and thriving environment for all residents. Concerns surrounding Colorado's cannabis trend are quite significant. It seems that no matter where people go on this planet, they cannot escape the pervasive odor of cannabis. This dramatic shift in public opinion and the political landscape, along with rampant gerrymandering, has contributed to this situation. Traffic congestion and misleading tax policies that allocate resources away from transportation and towards social welfare programs are the primary factors exacerbating the issue. Coloradans are notorious for their poor driving skills, which many attribute to the state's lax driving examination process. Additionally, there is a certain air of arrogance and snobbishness among the people of Colorado. However, despite the negative reputation of Texans in Colorado, they have reportedly experienced nothing but kindness and hospitality. Kim, a native Coloradan, shared her perspective on why she left her home state last year. The escalating cost of living, growing traffic congestion, and other factors made it increasingly difficult for her to stay. Many longtime residents like herself echo this sentiment. For many longtime residents of Colorado, particularly those whose families have lived in the state for 5 generations or more, the current trajectory of escalating housing prices and the overall cost of living is causing them to look for greener pastures. This growing demographic is increasingly concerned that their children and future generations may not be able to afford a home or even maintain their current lifestyle in the state they love. They are deeply worried about a potential mass exodus of people leaving Colorado due to the high cost of living and the transient nature of its population, which ultimately would have a detrimental impact on the state's unique identity and sense of community. Timothy, a fifth-generation Coloradan, shed light on the numerous factors that have contributed to the decision of some residents to leave the state. Among these factors, the high cost of living, congested roads and cities, and severe air pollution were highlighted as some of the most pressing concerns. He also mentioned that some individuals were disenchanted by the long, harsh winters that Colorado is known for. These problems, while not entirely the fault of the state itself, have nonetheless caused a noticeable shift in the attitudes of some residents towards their beloved home. Furthermore, with Colorado now holding the dubious distinction of having the country's highest auto theft rate and witnessing a staggering 52% increase in violent crime, a growing number of individuals have found solace in leaving the state. For many, the move has provided them with a newfound sense of happiness and peace of mind, as they are no longer burdened by the daily stressors that living in Colorado had brought upon them. The state of Colorado was once a cherished home for countless individuals, filled with happy memories and a strong sense of belonging. However, beginning in the early to mid-1980s, the state's overall atmosphere and character began to shift for the worse, with a noticeable increase in crime, congestion, and pollution. As a result, many individuals who once considered Colorado their forever home now find themselves contemplating retirement in other states, far removed from the issues that have plagued their beloved home for decades. Some attribute this unfortunate transformation to leftist, socialist, and democratic policies that have seemingly stripped Colorado of everything they once held dear. Among those who have managed to leave Colorado in recent years, the skyrocketing cost of living, bitterly cold weather, high crime rates, and the increasing number of uninsured drivers on the roads have been cited as the primary reasons behind their decision. For some, the only thing keeping them in the state was the need for medical coverage through their job. Since relocating, these individuals have experienced increased health and car insurance premiums and reduced government spending and lower grocery expenses. They now enjoy spacious backyards that can accommodate small homes, which would make excellent rental properties. Furthermore, they've discovered the joy of having access to real trees and grass, as plants tend to thrive better in fertile soil. Sadly, many of these former Colorado residents had a rather disheartening experience while living in the state. Work obligations and financial constraints often prevented them from participating in the wealth of enjoyable outdoor activities Colorado offers. Some speculate that others might resort to drug use as a coping mechanism to deal with the hardships of living in the state, but they themselves couldn't afford that lifestyle. The changing landscape of Colorado, characterized by rising costs, increased crime, and a decline in quality of life, has driven some longtime residents to seek better opportunities elsewhere. They leave behind a state that has lost some of its original charm and allure, hoping to find a new home that offers them and their families the security, happiness, and sense of belonging they once enjoyed in Colorado. There are numerous reasons why people might consider leaving Colorado, but it is important to remember that there are also countless reasons others have chosen to stay. In light of the various challenges faced by longtime Colorado residents, what do you think could be done to improve the quality of life and preserve the state's unique identity? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this content engaging, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful discussions. Thank you for your support.